Hello there, everybody. My name is Dreamcast, and you're watching the Harvey Beaks Community Center channel on YouTube,
Yep.
or whatever podcast platform we're releasing this on. You're watching the first episode of the Harvey Beaks Late Afternoon Talk Show. That's our community's little podcast. Joining me today are two of the usual people on the channel, TJ and Sam.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Maybe say your name so
Yeah.
that
I'm
people would.
TJ. I'm the one with the Australian accent.
And I'm Sam, and I just so happen to be from, next door, but not so next door, New Zealand.
Yep.
And I am also next door. Now I'm kidding. I'm like in the middle of the fucking desert. So what is this? Well, it's basically what it is. It's a podcast in the little Harvey Beaks community. We'll just talk about Harvey Beaks, maybe interview people when we find someone. Uh, you know, analyze episodes and talk about the show. We love it so much, so might as well just talk about it and record ourselves. Our topic for the first episode is how we got into Harvey and just our general history to it. How we like got more attached into it, and yeah, who wants to be the opener for this episode? I don't feel like being the
It's all
first one
good,
to
dudes. Yeah, I think if you guys will let me, I might get us started.
Yeah, sure. Let's
Hey,
start
Go
from
ahead.
like newest to earliest.
Yeah,
Perhaps?
okay. That sounds fair enough. Yeah. So I'm obviously the newest that got into the franchise. I have been aware of it for years, though, primarily through watching Phantom Strider's videos on YouTube for a really long time. I think the first video I watched from him was the top 10 worst movies list, something like that. And I remember just scrolling through, watching a few of the ones, and the ones in particular that mentioned Harvey were the top 10 best Nick shows and top 10 best modern cartoons, and I got sort of a slight impression of what to expect type of thing, but I guess Strider kind of mucked up a little bit in saying that what was it? You have to have some level of cheese tolerance to it, and that's kind of what pushed me away because I was in my teenage years and was really fussy around that time. So
Yeah,
it was a
Harvey.
big reason. Sorry, what was that?
Harvey is the show that is anti-teenage angst.
Anti-teenage angst,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
So it was something that intrigued me, but not to a level that I felt comfortable delving into, I should say. But recently, I remember around lockdown time, I decided to get back into watching like cartoons I loved as a kid, starting with, of course, the original Ben 10 type of thing. And I think that was also kind of sparked by being bullied by my friends in year 11 to watch Avatar The Last Airbender because it was on Netflix. So I was like, fine, and I fell in love with it. So it's kind of one of the only few times that peer pressure actually has benefits type of thing.
That worked for me sometimes too. I used to be friends with this guy, and he made me watch a couple of animes and a couple of movies. Some of the animes and movies he got me into were peak.
Yeah.
One of the shows, it was god awful.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me with One Punch Man as well. Speaking of anime.
Where, yeah, it's also like nice to have it, but like even if your relationship with that person ends, you're still gonna remember them because they recommended to you the show that you liked.
Yeah,
So
for
whether
sure.
it's not, so whether it's good or not that you remember the person, it's still something that you'll always remember them for. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
depending on hyperfixations, I would go back and forth on watching different cartoons type of thing. I remember Binge in Australia particularly had a fuck ton of them, so I would watch a lot of those there. Like I remember Gumball, I watched most of that on that service. I think I delved a little bit into Adventure Time and Regular Show, but nothing crazy. And then recently I kind of experimented a bit by watching like Akama, show like a Thomas the Tank Engine type of thing before going to bed, and it seemed to be doing me a world of good. So I was just remembering, what are some other like calmer shows that could maybe meet this guidelines? And then I kind of went back and I was like, oh yeah, Harvey Beaks. These characters are really intriguing. I love the animation style. I love how Strider described Harvey type of thing, and then he may or may not potentially be like an Aspie, such as myself. So yeah, gave it a watch, and I think I watched either the pilot or Pachu. I can't remember which one I watched first, but it was one of the two. Because I distinctly remember like the scene in the pilot where Fee and Fu go up to the house type of thing, and that's not in the actual main episode Pachu. But I do also remember watching the first episode Pachu as well. So I think I remember not thinking much of it when I first watched it, but like after probably putting it off for a bit and maybe delving into other shows like Teen Titans for a bit, I decided to go through it properly, and yeah, soon I learned to love it type of thing, especially with all these characters, and again, especially with Harvey and Fee and Fu, especially like Harvey representing the autistic introverted side, and Fu represented the hyperactive ADHD side, and I think I have both type of thing, so it was kind of easy to connect with those characters, especially.
Wait, Harvey was on Netflix?
Oh no, I don't think it was on Netflix. I think you confused it with Avatar, because that was on Netflix for the longest time. I think it still is.
Yeah, there are like a couple of Nickelodeon stuff on Netflix. I mean, heck, the Loud House movies, all three of them are Netflix exclusive. So yeah,
There you go.
there was also Glitch Decks. That was also Netflix exclusive, even though it's for Nickelodeon. But it's weird, you know. It's Harvey. I genuinely thought Harvey was on Netflix.
I mean, it would be great if it's
Okay,
on Netflix,
so-
because it's easier to access than Paramount Plus. But we'll see how things go.
Yeah, I don't know if Paramount Plus is available here. I know that stuff like Tubi are not available here, but never checked with Paramount Plus, believe it or not.
Yeah,
It's not available here in New Zealand. Like,
yeah, very
it
unfortunate.
was supposed to launch back like nearly 4 years ago, but it just hasn't. And like, I don't know when it's going to launch in New Zealand. I guess it will. I don't know.
What does it have, anyways? It doesn't seem like when they decided, oh, Paramount Plus. I thought, I know Viacom is a big company, but what would they have that would make you become, oh yes, Paramount Plus, let's watch it? Like, I don't know.
The Knuckles
At least
show.
with HBO. What?
Oh, just joking about the Knuckles show is the big selling point for Paramount Plus right now.
Like, when HBO Max did their, it's Warner Brothers. They've got a lot of stuff they can do. When Disney opened it, I was also kind of confused, but I forgot how much they can, milk Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah, for sure.
But
It's gone so bad.
but with Paramount, like, they are milking SpongeBob, and they do have Comedy Central here and there, but it's not that deep.
Yeah, for sure, especially compared to the competition. Yeah.
So what is it like? What after you watched the show and you connected with Harvey? What happened afterwards with that?
Yeah, I just continued to go along, and then I was talking about this with Sam and another guy who's not in the recording, Justin, about this the other day. There's kind of a idea that every Harvey Beaks fan at some point has like a grudge stage where they realize how bad the treatment was, how unfair it seemed, and just the overall frustration that we were robbed of what could have been so much more type of thing. It seems to have had varying different levels of intensity for different people. For me, I kind of felt it when I was first watching this show, and I also kind of felt it when I was towards the end type of thing. But I guess there is a benefit with like watching this kind of thing in hindsight, where it's already happened, it's already been long established type of thing, so you just are able to embrace it for what it is more than anything, and that's something I'd love to see the fandom and especially people from the outside approach a show like Harvey with.
Honestly, I wish fans will like watch the show the way that you did. Like hear about it in the past, like new fans. I'm talking. Hear about it from the past. Now check it that. Now check it out, and yeah, they think about the treatment, but they don't keep it in their mind. We also talked about the grudge phase, and yeah, I agree. Every Harvey Beaks fan at least has a phase of him feeling mad about Nickelodeon and all that. I had that too. Sam had that. Everybody had that, and yeah, we managed to work out of it and appreciate the show for what it is, which is really positive. So, what led you after you felt sad about the show's ending? What led you to joining the server? Was the Harvey Beaks? You made a video about top 5 favorite cartoons. Harvey Beaks was one of those shows. So
Yeah, that was very recent. So I knew when I was towards the end type of thing that this wasn't something I wanted to let go of, and I was just thinking there's just so much here that can benefit a lot of people, or there's so much here that needs to be experienced by other people, especially people like me on the spectrum type of thing, because again, Harvey and Fu and a little bit of Fee, but mostly Harvey and Fu have such great tropes, and it was one of the best early representations of these communities, whether intentional or not type of thing. So I knew I wanted to stick by, so I pursued the Reddit type of thing, and saw that there was a link to the Discord, and then I joined up and encountered you guys, and it's been a bunch of fun ever since. I've since made the top 5 favorite episodes video, which seems to be doing really well at this rate, and I'm very proud and humbled about that. And the server's starting to slowly have those baby steps and grow, and other avenues as well. So long may that continue. And I think I've also I want the ultimate goal of getting to the point where Nickelodeon or whoever is able to releases a Blu-ray or a DVD of the complete series type of thing. That will make me feel the most fulfilled out of any of my contributions that I do here or anywhere else type of thing.
That is a nice goal, but I don't know if it's possible since physical media it's almost dead. I hate that. I love physical media. I wish that we had this store that sold Blu-rays for dirt cheap. I wish I had gotten into that because I physical media is really really good. But yeah, it is slowly dying now because of social media and because of streaming and all that. So my goal, I'd say, is for Nickelodeon to make something out of Harvey. Whether it be putting it I want them to. Before I had hope that they would put him into the upcoming Nicktoons game. The one about medieval fightings.
Okay.
That'll probably not happen because they released an image showcasing the full roster, and none of these characters, resembled Harvey. So now I just want Nickelodeon to do something with Harvey. I don't want them to do something big. Obviously, they're not going to revive the show or do anything, but, something. Maybe a little figure, like a Funko Pop or a U2s, or, put him in one of the games. That's my goal. Or even just acknowledge the show. I mean, Nickelodeon in general is really good with acknowledging their classic catalog, but the 2010s seem like a time they forget existed. And shows like Breadwinners, Sanjay and Craig, since they have such a bad reputation, they cannot, bring those shows back. But Harvey has a great reputation, but maybe it'll just represent that. It'll represent their horrible philosophy. But I just hope that Nickelodeon does something with the show. I think I ramble too much. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, do you have any goals, or are you going to save them for later?
I mean, I just kind of the same as Dreamcast, just get some sort of wickedness, and I mean, it's not going to happen if there's no fans. The reason it's not appeared at all is, well, partly because they completely buried the show, but also because there's there wasn't really a fan base before this year. Now it's starting to like grow pretty quickly. Like it's steadily growing. I mean, this server didn't even like this Discord server for sure didn't even exist like 6 months ago, and now here we are. It's like
it's incredible.
getting new members like every. I mean, like every week or two, is and someone new joining, and now with a YouTube channel, like yeah, it's kind of like I don't think any of like the older fans would have like predicted this at all. Like it's honestly insane, and yeah, it's great to be a part of this journey. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
There was
sure.
a fan base before, but there was, you know, there was a Discord server before this one. I don't know what happened to it. I remember being a part of it, but I don't remember anything from it. I think you, Sam, also remember that.
Well, just going. I actually didn't even search for server before I joined the current one, but
Oh,
yeah, based on what going through like some forums, like it apparently was some private server, which yeah, I've got no knowledge about because I was not even in the fandom back then. Which I'll get to shortly. But yeah, like your guess is as good to mine as to what's happened to that server. I imagine it's probably gone.
yeah. Unfortunately, I do remember. But the thing is, I remember it existing. I just don't remember anything from it. You know, I could have interacted with one of the members like years ago when I was a part in that server, but I remember nothing from it. Did I even say anything? Probably, but yeah, it probably is deleted because I couldn't find it anywhere. If I found that server, I probably wouldn't have created this one because you know, if there was already a server, you know, why make another one? But yeah. So Sam, how did you get into Harvey?
Wait, can I just say one more thing before he does it?
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
go ahead.
Thanks, Sam. I know you said you're like obviously saddened about the fact that physical media is dying and stuff, but I reckon actually it's sort of similar to vinyl records. It's kind of having a steady like cult rise back type of thing. Like there's a lot of new releases. A lot of people are returning back to that scene because they're so sick of the new expensive Netflix and Hulu deals and stuff like that. And something that's given me confidence that we may be able to eventually get like a physical version of Harvey is seeing the like Blu-ray releases of the long lost 2000s The Batman Show. And when I was in JB the other day, I saw a copy of the complete series of Danny Phantom type of thing. And both of those shows are kind of like half forgotten. I think they're both still way more popular than Harvey, but they're still like kind of forgotten by most people these days compared to other more iconic shows that were released.
They're
in their
not
time.
relevant. They're not. They're not unpopular. They're just not relevant at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. I hope so. I hope because physical media is so cool. I hope so. You know, and Harvey re-releasing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course.
It would just be so big, yeah. But Sam,
Yeah.
yeah, tell us your story, mate. I haven't heard this, so I'm very curious to see what you're about to say.
Oh boy, this is some story. So first like came across it like back. Just came across Harvey back in like I don't know July or August 2015, which was 10 years ago. Wow, like I've doubled in age since then.
Oh my gosh,
But
yeah.
yeah, I just remember. Yeah, it's scary, but yeah, I just remember like randomly just seeing it. Like I didn't even like try search for it, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Like it was obviously it's hard not to dislike Harvey. It's just yeah, it's a great show. It's like yeah, like so calm and yep, so peaceful, and the animation is great. But yeah, I kind of lost track of it like around 2016. I mean, I was starting to watch more YouTube and other videos that were pretty not good, so good, but I won't talk about that. But yeah, I did lose track of it unfortunately. Like I just completely forgot, and then by the time I like heard it next, and like I'm not sure like early 2018, I'm guessing like it was already over, and which was just sad. And the way I heard was that it was apparently poorly treated, which I actually never looked into that because I was getting more into other interests, like I was moving on from animation in general. But yeah, back in January of 2025. I was actually rewatching old YouTube videos, which I like to do. I love to do that. I love to see what I watched back when I was 13, 14, 10. As long as it was a good quality, like as long as it was good video. But yeah, I was watching Spider's old videos, and yeah, and then I found out. Then I saw Harvey, and then I saw another video that was made by on Harvey, which I'd never seen before. I watched it out of curiosity, and then it led me to this another video on Harvey, and it kind of blew up pretty quickly. Like it was honestly, yeah. I tend to like get some obsession, like every year. I tend to like get pretty hyper fixated on something new, and oddly enough, in this year, it happened only a few days into the year, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, and how was Harvey special? Because like we all watch shows, but Harvey to us is that one special show. So what was the special thing about Harvey?
Yeah, when I found out about it again, I was like, oh yeah, I remember watching this. I remember liking this, and then yeah, like as a few days went on, and like I learned all about what had happened, it was just pretty sad, but yeah. And then I was trying to wonder what it was. There was something about it, and then like a few days, like about 5 days after I watched, we thought about it. I like realized, wait, Harvey's me, like Harvey's autistic, and I'm autistic as well. Like, and then it kind of like a sudden rush of thoughts through my head, and just yeah, just kind of made my brain just completely forget about every other interest. Which I've got a couple of pretty big interests as well, and yeah, just all I could think about for the next week was just how Harvey was just how it could have this horrible fate, which was just yeah, it was just awful. And like yeah, I just went through the stages of grief, and I just spent that next week I was just constantly thinking about him. Like on the bus, I would like pretend Harvey was next to me, and like I actually at one point just rushed upstairs just so I could come into my bed and just think about Harvey, and just yeah, it just completely blew up, and I could not have seen it coming. It happened so quickly, and now even today I just can't believe how higher this rabbit hole's going. It's just getting even bigger and bigger, and I just cannot believe what has happened in just the space of 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you were randomly scrolling on the wiki of all places, the wiki, and then you stumbled upon the server.
Yeah, so I just kind of after that was like a month before the wiki, and I just kind of just kept thinking about it, and just yeah, I didn't really have anyone to talk to Harvey about, so I was kind of just doing like one-sided conversations with this Discord user I'd known for years, and kind of vaguely mention it in other servers. It did lead to what led to mixed results. Like on one server, just it didn't lead. Like I think people misinterpreted the my interests, which I won't get into that. But yeah, basically one day I was just randomly scrolling the wiki one day, and then I saw new server. I clicked on it, and then saw the link, and just went, oh, I'm joining this. This is for me. I wanted to place the chat. I just didn't know where, so I didn't really use other platforms, or didn't really search. Like I don't have a Tumblr account, and I hadn't really used Reddit. I mean, I use Reddit a lot more. I'm not on the Harvey subreddit now, but yeah, I joined, and yeah, I kept chatting, and yeah, now I'm here with my own podcast with a few others.
Yeah, it is a really cool sense of like it's the amount of like improvement and how big this whole thing got. Like from almost deleting the server because nobody joined to like having one person join, and then having Justin join, and having the server active, then you joining, then TJ, then the channel making, then the all of this other social media, then to like have the old Reddit mods not only open up the Reddit, but like give us the moderation and all that. Like we revived the fandom a bit, like in one way,
Yeah, we
or
definitely
made it more
saved it.
accessible, or made it more or made it more accessible, which I really like it. I always wished that when I would go on and search up Harvey Beaks Discord or Harvey Beaks community, I would find something. So I'm really thankful that I ended up doing, not really finding one, but instead making a center, a community people can come in. So just like how I was looking for a server, I made one that people would find instead of just searching without finding one.
There you go.
So yeah. So I guess now I'll hop onto my story.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I
And
just want to say,
yeah,
I just want
mine is
I
I
just want to
feel the
put,
lot.
Wait, Sam wants to say something real quick.
yeah, yeah. If you want to join the Discord server, it'll be in the description of the video and other. Yeah, we'll link it in the description if you're interested in joining. It's very active. All of us are here, and yeah, it's like don't really know a lot about other servers like in our niche, but like apparently according to Dreamcast, this is extremely active.
Compared to other
It
places,
is
yeah.
extremely active. I am in other servers that are all about cartoon communities, and they're not as active, unfortunately. So yeah, and yeah, this one is very active, and also in the sense that maybe messages won't be flooding all the way all the time, but if you send something, expect a reply in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely from me and probably from Sam as well. We're pretty consistent with that.
Not for me though, because right now I'm taking a break from my phone. But let's jump into my story, and I think my story might be the oldest. I don't know. When did you find about this show, Sam? I always forget.
Yeah, well, I first found out about it like back nearly a decade ago when I just randomly came across it on TV. But yeah, in terms of like the fandom, like my first interaction was just this year. Like I had not thought about Harvey for like 5 to 6 years before this year, and actually outside of this random Instagram video I saw on this like nostalgia page that just posted like all these old cartoons that I'd watched back in 10, 15, 20 years, no, 15 to 20, 10 years ago. So yeah, it's just kind of insane how big this has gone. Like I had never could have predicted this would have happened this time a year ago.
For sure.
Yeah, really good. I also would have never predicted how you know much the server like I just made it thinking I'll keep it open for a day or two, then nobody would join that later. Then but no, it's gone a lot more. So I'm very thankful for that. But okay, I'm guessing that maybe we got into the show through a closer time because I got into it I think at 2016. Yeah, it was definitely 2016. So before I actually watched the show, I think that I saw it. I definitely know that I saw it somewhere. I saw the renders of the characters somewhere. Maybe on I think probably on the Nickelodeon website. I looked at the Nickelodeon website trying to like play games about SpongeBob, or click random things. Harvey Beaks would be here. I would see it, but I would never really know what it was. Um, I would click on I would click on the games, and Harvey would be there in some of them, but I don't know what the hell was that bird all about. I didn't even know that it was a bird. I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was a balloon at the start. But there was this channel called NBC3, and they had the. Long story short, Nickelodeon existed in the Middle East in 2011, like in 2008 to 2011, but it got defunct, or shut down. So they gave all the Nickelodeon rights to a channel called NBC3. So one time, me and my cousin were staying up late for some reason. Uh, I think it was Ramadan. If you guys know what that is, we were staying
Yeah,
up
I've heard
late.
of it.
I think I've heard of it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was Ramadan. We were staying up late, uh, watching the channel or scrolling through the channels. I think Cartoon Network had some very very uninteresting show, so I just went to NBC3 and started watching the random show that they had on, and Harvey isn't actually called Harvey Beaks in the Middle East. It's called Harvey's Adventures. So they had Harvey's Adventures on, and I don't remember which episode it was, but I have a feeling that it might be Harvey and Foo's first birthday, or the Harvey's, in the club night out, or whatever
Yeah,
that
Nightclub
episode is
Night, I
called.
believe that one's called.
Yeah, nightclub night. So I watched that show, and they had a couple of episodes too after it. I remember watching the Day of Not to Do's too, and my cousin was like going all over the place. She wasn't interested, but for me, I was sitting there and I was watching it, and I was like, "What is this show, and why is it so good?" So yeah, I would watch. I would watch it also. After that day, I would watch the show here and there whenever it appeared on TV, but I decided, you know what, this show is so good, I need to check out what it is. So I found out, that it came from Nickelodeon. I think that I forgot that it was a Nickelodeon show. Found out that it was from Nickelodeon, and I started watching all the episodes. And at the time, I think only season one was out. Yeah, only season one was out, so I kept watching, and I really loved the show. I guess I'll go on to my connection with the show later, but I really liked it. After season two came out, I instantly watched that too. Um, though I kind of saved it. I had this mindset of savoring it, because there was rumors that the show would probably get canceled, I think. So I kind of had it like, okay, I don't want to watch it all in one go, so that if it gets canceled later on, I have episodes to keep me busy.
Yeah, fair enough.
And yeah, later on, when it got canceled, I was very, very sad and shocked. And I remember I was on this website or wiki that had like the show's status. I kept refreshing the page to see if the status was ongoing or canceled, and or ongoing or ended. And I kept refreshing the page every day, seeing how it goes, seeing if they if they had new episodes coming, seeing like, and it was always ongoing. The show's status ongoing, 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 until one day I got into the website, I saw what it was. Everybody said that it got, the show is no longer, the show got canceled. Valexibum made his video. I got into the wiki and it said ended, and with that, my hope was gone. And I stopped watching Harvey after that. I jumped into the Loud House after that, because I simply didn't want to feel sad that the show got canceled. But yeah, it was in my mind, and I wanted to watch something, ongoing, something that is not ending. So I got into the Loud House, and that show's still ongoing to this day. So yeah, that's how I got into Harvey. I after After I got into the Loud House, I did go back into Harvey, and I kept watching it again, but it didn't really get close to it. After that, I got into more cartoons. I watched We Bear Bears. I watched more, just generally more cartoons. I got into Hilda, which is my favorite cartoon ever. Harvey's the second, and I got into Balfour Dream Island, another big interest of mine. So I kind of forgot Harvey until 2024. Last year, I got back into it, and I just realized how much the show is not just good, but it was also genius. Because fun fact about me, I love child, child media, and how to write a good children's story. And Harvey is was not only enjoyable to watch, it was also just incredible to analyze, and noticing all the genius behind it. It is a really good children's show, and I got intrigued by it, a second time, just finding out that it wasn't just a good show to have fun with, it was also a genius show, perfect for children. So, and I think at the start of this year, I always tried looking for people to watch the talk about Harvey, and I wanted to make something to the community, because the community was always there, but I couldn't really contribute anything to it because I can't draw, and I don't feel like writing a fan fiction that nobody would read. So I made the server, and now I'm here talking to this podcast, and yeah, that's how it is so far. There's still a big part, my attachment to the show and my connection to Harvey, but so far this is how I got into it, and my history with it.
Yeah, it just proves that you don't have to be an aspiring writer or artist to contribute to a fixation of any kind. There's many different things you can go about it.
I am a writer, but I don't want to the thing about fan fiction is that, let's be real, barely anybody's gonna read it most of the time. It's only if you make something super super crazy that people will check it out. Other than that, they're probably not gonna. People will not probably check it out. I did write fan fiction before, but it's not. Uh, I did write fan fiction before for Hilda, but I think for Harvey it would probably be read even less. So yeah, I
I mean,
just
you
made
never
the
know.
server because it's So I made the server, because the community felt dead, pretty much. The community felt dead. There was a couple of accounts posting here and there, but generally there was no center. While other shows had centers, a community you can talk to. All that Harvey had was a subreddit, which was mute at the time. You needed to be approved by the mods in order to chat in it. So I decided, let's make a server that anybody can join. And yeah, thankfully, the subreddit situation, we got that fixed with the mods there, and they gave us, uh, they gave us, they gave the management pretty much to us. They gave it to me, then I gave it to Sam and Justin. So we got that figured out, and yeah, now the community is as alive as it ever have been, and I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, it's a little funny how all of these events kind of happened so this year. Me and TG only kind of got into Harvey this year. And for me, it was just a complete. I wasn't even trying to get in. It's just happened after a sudden flush of nostalgia came back and realized how good Harvey is.
Yeah.
I actually remember back in 2016. I remember watching this Spider remix video with it had a couple of other sources, and Harvey was one of them, which I think is pretty cool. And I showed my brother, and he recognized who Harvey was. So yeah, it's pretty cool how I never thought 9 years later that I would be thinking all about Harvey, and
Yeah.
because back then I was distracted with some other interest that was coincidentally I actually got back into last year. Now, as soon as I found Harvey, I just completely dropped it and just gone all in on Harvey.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah,
funny how instantaneous the whole process is, or it turned out this year,
yeah.
anyways. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I couldn't believe, like, it's still shocking to me that I made the server that, like, a lot of people joined in, because, like, last year I was, not last year, like, when I first got into Twitter and on the internet, I kept attacking Nickelodeon's account and showing them Harvey fan art that I totally did not draw, that I stole off of DeviantArt, telling them, I love Harvey, bring back Harvey, and stuff like that. To now, actually making the server and having this whole community around about and all dedicated to this show. I kind of am thankful that I made something like that. But yeah, so there's I talked about my story with the show. Then I have my attachment to it and the funny little things that I thought of it and did about it. So, what do you guys have anything to share?
It's a fantastic question. So, special attachments, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Special attachments. Well, yeah, there's just so much to attach to, really. I mean, it's a perfect example of how kids like really talk, especially like it's in a time where like a lot of the dialogue of kids was changing, type of thing. Harvey kind of came in and kind of set like a timeless vibe of how kids really talk and act at any time, really, even with the rise of like the iPad kids and all this type of stuff. So yeah, I just felt it did a really good portrayal of that. And again, the animation and the backgrounds are just so pretty to look at. And as many people have pointed out, it gives them the feels, and it puts them at ease if things aren't going too great in their personal lives, type of thing. And I just think that's truly special.
Yeah, it is a very it is a it knows perfect to like a lot of things about kids. And again, now as an adult, now that I'm interested in learning how children's stories are written, Harvey is a very genius, show of how it handles it. Not many shows, especially I think nothing in Nickelodeon's at the very least 2010s catalog even comes close to it.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
Loud House is the Loud House. You can say is a competitor, but not really, not really. I love the Loud House, but no, it's Harvey is a lot. It's a it's like a lot of levels above it, and that's the second place. Let's not even get into all of the brain rot that that Nickelodeon produced at that time.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. It's like pretty much every new IP before Harvey for like the last decade had at best mixed reviews. Like yeah, because if you remember those shows, like it's probably at best a very dedicated fandom to it, but like generally they're probably not really well remembered. Like if you remember Robot Monster, which is pretty forgotten. Like I found out like it aired for like a month and then boom, gone. Well, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I like a lot of those shows. I like Tough Puppy. I like Breadwinners. I like them a lot, but they didn't really. They they set this reputation for Nickelodeon at the time that brain rot. If the term brain rot existed in that time, you would see everybody calling Nickelodeon brain rot at that time. There was also Planet Sheen and all Sanjay and Craig. So
Fanboy and
Harvey,
Chum Chum was another one.
yeah,
Yeah,
fanboy and
yes.
Chum Chum, even though it's hilarious, uh, you know. So you have all of these shows. Then you have Harvey. Harvey, nothing felt like Harvey. The most serious shows, that aired at that time were TMNT 2012 and Korra. Harvey just was nothing like any of those shows.
It
So
found the balance. It definitely found the balance type of thing.
yeah,
Oh,
definitely
for
found a
sure.
balance. I really like it for that.
Yeah,
So Sam, any special attachments that you have to the show?
oh, very, very good question. I mean, I think it's just mostly, I'm mostly attached to like how very similar I am to Harvey. Like I think that was the big trigger point when I realized, oh my god, I've found what's made it so special. Is like he's just like me. He's just, if you watch it, like he's very scared of change and he kind of overreacts and doesn't like when his structure's disrupted. Like you can see those are things that many people out there that follow it, including myself. Like I just, yeah, like once I realized how similar he was to me, I just, oh yeah, I think I just completely obsessed over it. And yeah, it's just, yeah, like I mean, I always knew that there was something good back when I was watching it back when I was 10, but like I never knew what that was until this year. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You didn't know that it was peak. I really like it with when you like watch see a lot of things about a show. You can tell that it's good, but you can't tell that it's that good. I kind of felt that with I don't know if you guys are into anime. Full Metal Alchemist. I've always heard that it's a good show. It's a good story. It's a good manga, but I never knew how good it was. Checked it out. It's even better than what people give it credit to.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
definitely how I felt
alright.
about Harvey. Like, when I watched Strider's videos, I got the vibe of, this looks like a really good show, but also, does it have the it factor? Does it have that, like, immortal factor? And at the time, I didn't think so, and it's something I kind of regret, but at the same time, at the time it was already like 2017, so the show had already been cancelled at that point, and I also never had cable growing up. If I ever was watching like a Cartoon Network or a Nickelodeon show, they would be like library rentals or video store rentals back in the day type of thing.
Yeah, I think that. Okay, I agree with something. I don't know if Strider was implying it, but Harvey is not a complete show. There are some things that it's still missing. There are these shows that you can just watch them and watch nothing else with them because they have pretty much everything you can ask for: a good story, a good soundtrack, good action, a comedy in them. Like for example, One Piece or Hilda. Hilda is my favorite show. I think it has everything you can ask for, but Harvey doesn't try to be that. It doesn't try to have good action. It doesn't try to have it has this speed to it. In this action. No, I think that just focuses on one thing and perfects that one thing, and it's not even one thing. It's more so like a couple of things, and it perfects them instead of trying to perfect everything around it.
Yeah, it grounds itself really well.
Yeah, it is definitely a show that you need to watch something else with it. Like I recommend watching it, and while you're watching it, maybe watch a little action show, like I don't know, Generator Rex, while you watch
That's
it.
what I did with Teen Titans.
Yeah, just so you would watch the action show, feel hype, then come back and watch Harvey, and feel laid back. But my personal attachment to Harvey, I honestly, it's probably it's up there with Sonic as being the fictional franchise that did the most impact on me as a person. It's definitely up there, like the top five. It's either it or Sonic is the number one. Uh, so for Harvey, not only did it influence my writing, I have a couple of OCs inspired by Harvey, just straight up inspired by the show and all that. But it also influenced me as a person because I didn't relate to Harvey. Instead, I looked at him as a role model. I knew that Harvey, was, at least how I saw it, how a perfect, a person close to perfect would act. How a person with who's a very good person, a very kind person would act. And I saw that and I said, huh, I do want to be like that. I do want to be like this guy. And, it changed my, kind of changed my personality a bit, so to speak. Like, whenever I do something, I would ask, would Harvey do it? And try to see, because Harvey was this figure that, symbolized behaving well. So especially to me as a kid, and he's also a kid, I saw him like that's how a well behaved kid should act. So I took that, and I always acted like how I would see Harvey acting, and how I would do the things that he would do, or have the reactions he would have to things. And even though I don't recommend that to anybody, I don't think you should have a fictional character be your strongest role model, or change your entire personality. I would say Harvey did this to me in a positive way, because I knew that he was well behaved, and I knew that if I act like him, I would be a better person. And people all around me started praising me whenever I acted like him. So again, I don't recommend acting like a fictional character you saw on TV or something, but that was definitely a positive role model, I would say, for Harvey. Like, he definitely as a character impacted me a lot, like changing my, not changing, but impacting my personality, like my real life personality to a degree. Like, definitely would not be the person I am today without Harvey, the character.
Very well said. It's a testament to
Yeah.
the creator CH Greenblatt and the writing team, especially because having like a main character be this like well-behaved boy, that must have been seen like a risk at the time, because most shows that had like a child protagonist in almost anything were like these troublemaker preteens type of thing. Like, I know that's definitely how shows like Ben 10 operated type of thing. So yeah, they took a stab in the dark, and yeah, I think they created one of the best like role models for kids, especially with that character.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Harvey felt like definitely the oddball protagonist, because there are some shows that have the character trope of the nice kid, for example, but they're usually the sidekick.
Yeah, they
There's
are. They
some
are.
like Clyde in the Loud House, or Jeff in Clarence. They're usually the sidekick. Harvey does the opposite. I think that Harvey takes the attitude that cartoon protagonists usually have, put it into the sidekicks, and had Harvey be the finalization of the nice nice kid trope. And I think that it perfected that trope, because you know he's a nice kid, but at the same time he's not an angel. He's not a Gary Stu. He is flawed. He does learn. Sometimes he does bad things. That doesn't make him a monster. It just makes him a kid,
For
a
sure,
well
yeah.
behaved kid. And I really love that. He's one of the most unique, and definitely one of the best cartoon protagonists in general. Heck, maybe even best just child protagonists out there, just in general.
For sure, yeah.
Like,
And it's
Yeah.
a great
Oh,
reason why Fee and Fu complement him so well, because they're like the troublemaker characters, and they obviously allowed him to expand his horizons and just be more open and willing to do things that he'd otherwise not want to do because of his usual tropes and persona of being the good kid type of thing.
yeah, Um, and Harvey was one of the first. I think it's the first show that got me into learning about creators because I heard that I was watching. Okay, before that, let me get into the channel Nightosphere. So, if you watched our ranking YouTube videos tier list, there was a video that I started talking Arabic in it. That's made by a channel called Nightosphere. Before that, I kept like asking them everywhere to make a Harvey Beaks 10 facts video. I kept asking them everywhere on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on their website. I think I even sent them an email. Like, oh god. But they made the Chowder 10 facts about Chowder thing. And one of those facts, it just shocked me. Like, oh yeah, Chowder is created by C.H. Greenblatt, who also created Harvey Beaks. And at that moment, I just was interested because Chowder was one of my favorite shows growing up. You know, we grew up during the time where right where Chowder was right about to end, pretty much. So you know, we watched that as kids. Did you guys watch it as kids, Chowder?
I didn't, but I was aware of it.
Oh, I saw a lot of it. Like, I think, like, oddly enough, it would always be on, like, weirdly before, like, dinner. So, like, my family all, I don't know, do they remember? I don't know, but, like, it's, like, pretty big. Like,
Yeah,
Yep. If you know,
yeah,
you know that weapons.
Nice.
I actually watched it back in, like, Christmas 2015 with my brother at midnight. Like, yeah, just nostalgic times. Like, and also watched Harvey at that same time as well. Yeah, just yeah. I don't have a memory of what's in it, but I just say I did watch it. I don't know which episode. I mean it's just a pure guess, but yeah,
mm,
good
yeah,
times.
yeah. Really good time. So around the 20, I think Cartoon Network Arabia was created in 2011. So from 2011 to 2014 when I was watching the channel, I watched a lot of Chowder, and that was one of my favorite shows growing up. So when I realized that, oh, the creator of Chowder also created Harvey Beaks, and I was like, who is this man, and why does he keep making peak after peak? So I kind of learned, you know, those shows have creators behind them, and I started getting invested in that, and I started looking up at C.H. Greenblatt as an inspiration. So yeah, that too. And I just think that, you know, Harvey Beaks is just changed a lot of things about me. Not only did I like literally change my entire personality around it, but also made me more invested in learning about creators. And I spammed a lot of it on social media at the time. I spammed Nickelodeon channel, not the channel, the freaking Twitter page, and the Night Sphere channel asking them for top tens, and yeah, I just the show, even though that even though you know I watched Hilda after it, and that became my favorite show ever. Harvey Beaks, I still say, is the most special piece of media I ever saw. Even like sure, Sonic changed a lot of things about me. Oh my god, it changed a lot of things about me, but I'm more appreciative towards Harvey more than Sonic. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same boat because I also grew up with Sonic. I mean, I have 3 Sonic plushes behind me on my shelf over there, and he means a lot to me, type of thing, especially through my childhood to now, type of thing. Like, I think I've been like obsessed with Sonic the longest in my life, type of thing. But yeah, Harvey's definitely the most special, or at least the most special recent something that I've seen in my endeavors into hyperfixations and media, type of thing.
Yeah. Sonic, I'd say Sonic is the first series that I really got into. Like, sure, I play games here and there before that, and I keep them in mind, but not as a series. Sonic was the first series that made me that, and it's also my first kind of childhood hero. Sonic was, and Also was the first thing I got invested in when I searched up the internet. So here's that. It pretty much taught me how to use YouTube. But yeah, Harvey definitely I'd say is the more special show of the more special series of the two.
Agreed.
Just changed. Yeah, it's just like got me into not only making the server, which is big enough, but also changed my life literally. Like, yeah, Harvey is a really really good show. I would never really sell it for anything. I would say, like, there was times where I hated a lot of series. I hated. And there was times where I hated even my favorite franchises. There was a time where I hated Battle for Dream Island, where I hated Hilda, where I hated Sonic, where I hated everything. That was never the case for Harvey, and will probably never be the case. And yeah, it also changed. Like I said, it made me realize how genius it was when it was just writing, just the perfect show, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the same for me as well. It's just like never needed him. Like he was just the thing I didn't know I needed, and now here I am, and I've realized I do need him. Like he's helped me get through a bit of whenever I feel sad or stressed. I try and think of him, and it makes me feel much happier. And yeah, it's just so perfect. Like it's got that something that I don't think any of my other interests do. Like it's actually kind of insane, and I'm the only thing I'm annoyed now is like how did I how did it take me so long to discover Harvey, like think obsessive of Harvey? Like I oddly enough
No.
before Harvey I obsessed over another show that aired on Next. Do you want to try and guess that one?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Sanjay and Craig. I know you're a fan of that one.
Yes, that's the one. Like whenever I don't know why, but when I first saw it, I just completely obsessed over it. I like literally record recorded everything on the cable, and yeah, I just watched it non-stop like 6 months, and then I just forgot about it and then moved on. Yeah, that was an odd time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Harvey was. Sorry, TJ, you go.
Oh yeah. It's just really special, guys. Just again,
Yeah.
I feel guilty for it taking so long because I've always heard that Harvey was good. I just missed out on seeing it for the longest time. But again, I'm so glad that just going through my archives and saying like, "Oh, Harvey Beaks, I think it's time to check it out," and that thought came, and I've gotten to this stage type of thing. It's just so special, and
Yeah.
something
It
that
is always like.
yeah,
Just remember, it's always late than never.
yeah, for sure, yeah.
It's always, like way better late than never. So
Yeah. Hindsight is
yeah, and
always 2020, you know.
yeah, and at least you didn't like witness the time when it was canceled. I witnessed that, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all.
Yeah, it would have been a nightmare. I imagine
Yeah,
just for you,
yeah,
Sam, you wouldn't have wanted to be in that experience either. Hey.
no, for sure. No, I kind of do feel for the other fans who were there at that time and
I
are
think
still here
Justin
now.
was.
Like,
Yeah.
no, I think it was a little bit later, like a year later.
Ah, okay.
They would, yeah,
I don't know
but
who it
yeah,
was. But Antonio, one of the members on the server, the latest member that joined, probably did went through that because he said he watched the show when it first came out. But yeah, it's just Harvey is a very special show. Like I always felt that when. Same with you, Sam. Like when you feel sad and you feel a bit let down, you go back and watch it. I also felt like that. Like just remember, Harvey is. Uh, would Harvey feel sad about it? No, Harvey would like learn something from it and be nice about the situation. So I would also act like that, and I'm just forever thankful that the people behind it did make it, and I'm just super thankful for that. It's very special show that literally changed my life.
Yeah. We can bitch and moan about treatment all day long, but at the end of the day, we've always got to be grateful about things happening, period, type of thing.
Yeah, we will have a episode talking more in depth about the treatment, but yeah, it doesn't affect me really because like the treatment means that we don't that the treatment means that it's not that we don't have what we already had, it's that we will not have anything more. And I don't think that we need anything more because what we already have is perfect, you know. Maybe if it was canceled before season 1, I would be more salty, but I think the show was perfect, you know, from season 2 alone. So yeah, I'm not. I moved on from the treatment, but yeah, I expect that we would talk about the treatment after that. I think that maybe we reached the end of the first episode. How long was that?
Yeah, we're just over an hour, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that would wrap it up. I don't think I have anything
Yeah, thank
more
you
to say
everybody
about
for
it.
listening. It's been an absolute pleasure, and hopefully we can continue to keep this going for long segments to come. As Dreamcast said, there's going to be various different things. If we can get a hold of them, we could do interviews, we could focus on specific things, do episode overviews, just so many potential things could be coming your way.
Yeah, anything. Like, nah, we will milk the hell out of that show. Expect maybe we'll make a 2-hour episode on I don't know, Paul. Remember Paul, that one character? Yeah, we'll make 2 hour long episodes on him, discussing him.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
I think where we'll end it. Thank you for listening, and be sure to check out any social media that you're interested in, whether it be the Discord, chatting with us, the Reddit, you know, posting whatever you want. The Instagram, you'll get daily Harvey Beaks moments if you want to watch those.
As well
And
as other things like fan art. I'm taking fan art type of thing, and just anything. Just I'm the one that runs the Instagram, so if anybody wants to add something or promote something Harvey Beaks related, just give me a DM and I'll consider it, type of thing.
yeah, and there's also this channel. You know, check out this channel. We already have like 3 hours worth of content already on this channel. So you know, check it out. Check it out if you want. So far, we only have tier list videos and the top 10, top 5. TJ did the top 5 episodes of his favorite episodes. And do you think that video actually still holds up, or did it not age
Yeah,
well?
I'm very happy with that video, minus the audio issues that you guys have brought to my attention.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the channel. Check it out. And if you want to upload something, or you know, get to post something or help even appear on the podcast yourself, you know, you're 100% welcome. So, you know, come on in. So, yeah, I say my goodbyes for now.
Yep. This has been TJ. I'm signing off as well.